Hi, it's the MLM for the Soul channel. I do have a new topic for today. Before I begin, I just would like to say, may the words and expressions of my mouth and the thoughts and meditations of my heart find favor and acceptance before you, Hashem. And some people I thank who've inspired me. I hope they can inspire you as well. And I will have links below to their sites. They are Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, Rabbi Eli Mansour, Belon Anava, Rabbi Yuval Avad, Rav Daniel Asser, Rabbi David Ashir, and Rabbi Ron Ruvain. As well, if you've never checked out this channel before, I will have a link below to my first video, which explains what MLM for the Soul what it stands for, what I'm doing. So today is again from the weekly Parasha Insights from Rabbi Eli Mansour, and this is on Parashat Korach, and I call this Intrinsic Holiness and Earned Holiness. So Parashat Korach tells of the uprising mounted by Korach and his cohorts who challenged Moshe and Aaron's leadership over the nation. They argued, Ki kol ha'eda kulam kedoshim. For the entire congregation, they are all holy. Every member of Bnei Israel is holy. Korach's claim, and thus there was no justification for Moshe and Aaron to assert their leadership over the rest of the nation. Hashem himself stepped in to prove Korach wrong. The ground opened and devoured the leaders of the revolt, and a fire consumed the 250 figures who had confronted Moshe and demanded the privilege to serve as Kohanim. Let us analyze Korach's claim that Kol Ha'eda Kulam Kedoshim, every member of Am Yisrael is sacred. Is this correct? Was Korach wrong in affirming the inherent sanctity of each and every Jew? The answer to this question lies in a distinction between two forms of holiness, intrinsic holiness and earned holiness. So every Jew possesses an intrinsic holiness that is equal to that of each and every other Jew. This can be easily proven based on a well-known halacha, which we hope will never become practically applicable. So if somebody approaches a Jew and orders him to kill another Jew, threatening to kill him if he disobeys, the person must surrender his life rather than obey the command. Even if this person is a famous rabbi or a renowned philanthropist who has donated millions to major charity organizations and upon whom countless Jewish institutions rely for support, and he is ordered to kill a child with severe mental disability, he must refuse. The reason for this law, as explained by the Gemara, is, why do you think your blood is redder than your fellow's blood? Not even the most important and distinguished person can view his life as more valuable than any other person's life. We all possess an equally precious spark of holiness within us. This is why we are commanded to love every Jew, no matter who he or she is, and to never give up on any Jew. We firmly believe that every Jew has a beautiful sacred soul within him or her, and we believe in that soul's great potential. In this respect, Korach was absolutely correct. His mistake, or one of his mistakes, was overlooking the second aspect of the Kedusha, the holiness, within every Jew. The Kedusha that is earned. Alongside our inherent sanctity, we also possess a dimension of sanctity that we earn through our religious devotion, through our Torah study, our mitzvah observance, and our acts of kindness. This Kedusha, of course, depends on a person's efforts. This is not shared equally by everyone. And so while Korach was correct that all Jews are holy, he was wrong in assuming that Moshe and Aaron were no different than any other Jew, because there are two different types of sanctity within each of us. One which is shared equally and one which is earned. So Korach felt that since all Jews are holy, we do not need leaders. We do not need teachers to guide, instruct, and inspire us. But this is incorrect. Our intrinsic holiness does not negate the fact that there are people who have achieved greater wisdom, knowledge, and piety than we have, and from whom we must learn. Having a rabbi with whom to consult and from whom to learn does not reflect the lack of holiness on our part. It is simply a function of the second dimension of holiness, which depends on a person's achievements. Korach was correct. We are all holy, but we still need rabbis, teachers, and leaders to guide us and inspire us so we become even greater and maximize our vast spiritual potential to its very fullest. And I hope and pray that we will all merit to live and see the coming of Mashiach speedily in our days and rebuilding of our final and everlasting Beit HaMikdash. Amen, and thanks for watching.